Always, happy to be on your show, and
Yeah.
look forward to the discussions.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, I brought in Ola, Ola. I know you've wanted to, have a little bit of a nickel with Ola too. So, it's a very, very good opportunity that all of us are here and we're all Gooners and we're here to just talk about Arsenal. So let's do it. Guys, see, no other Ado. Take us through what happened today. Oregon Gunner in the house. Leave to Inspire is in the house too. Kayan in the house. Koi, you say, come on, you Gunners. Big ups. Oh, oh, oh. Oregon Gunner. See, Ola, take us through what happened today.
Um, on seeing the team selection, only gripe why Trossard is not starting. I was relatively happy with, the team. The only one that I kind of why is Kai Havertz up there and not Trossard? Um, Obviously we went through the game in the first half. For me, Timber stood out. Timber was the guy that a lot of the games that we've seen in Zinchenko is Timber is everything that we've not seen with Zinchenko in terms of defending in the right times, being in his zones, being in the area that he's supposed to be in. I loved everything that I saw about Timber, especially in that first half. Onto the second half, the substitutions happened. They brought Tierney on and Trossard, and within a few minutes we conceded the goal. On subbing Tierney and Trossard, I was relatively happy to see Tierney. So I'm not gonna be here and blame Arteta for that. But for me, it was more of Tierney, man. You know what I mean? Got to do better there. I got to go hold Tierney accountable for that one.
Yeah.
But then Trossard, you can't want to give the manager some flack for bringing on Tierney and we consider goal and not praise him if Trossard gets the equalizer. And Trossard got the equalizer. And up until that time, I mean, deep into 87th minute or whatever, we still had Kai Havertz on the pitch.
Yeah.
And this is in my mind. I'm thinking, why is this? Why is he still playing? Like, take him off. But all in all, we did the job in the penalty area, and Ramsdale ultimately saved, even though De Bruyne, he kind of messed up with his penalty shot, which it doesn't do against us. Whether it's open play, whether it's, it don't matter what it is, free kicks. He always gets that Arsenal tax, get the Man City tax against us. So the Bruyne tax, shall we say? But on this occasion, it didn't happen, and Ramsdale actually saved a goal again. So all in all, I'm happy. I'm happy with what I've seen, but maybe just need a little bit more performance from certain players in the team. But that will come. It's still preseason, and I'm only seeing it as preseason as well.
Yeah, exactly. Ola, thanks for that breakdown. Of course, we will get into it later on after Football Band gives us his own take and summary of that game. Football Band, take it away. Tell us how you saw that game, some of the highlights of that game, and just talk to us. You heard how Ola structured his. Let's see if you could structure yours like that.
Yeah, sorry, I've just got like some of my good friends. My friends are leaving at the moment, so just let's.
I get.
Remember, I was telling you about the Naja guys, yeah.
The Niger guys,
from Finland, yeah, they're just leaving.
Big ups, man.
Big ups to you, man, yeah. Malak Tony, yeah, man. We're saying we're gonna have to come and see you one of these days in Helsinki, man. Like,
man. That'll be good. That'll be good, man. That'll be good. That'll be good. One love.
But anyway, peace out, yeah, peace. Anyway, yeah. In terms of the game today, I was kind of busy as well, so I was in and out like watching the game, and was watching the game, but I wasn't really watching the game. If you get what I mean. But some of the things some of the things I saw was good in terms of like, we were quite resilient. We weren't letting Man City giving them too many. There weren't too many chances in the game. In terms of like, you know, fitness, then I think there's still some players that are still working up their fitness as well. Rice still doesn't look 100% to me. He had some good moments, but I felt that we gave the ball away a lot today as well. There was some little bits of sloppy play within the game. When City scored, I felt that our heads dropped. But after that, we just kept on going. We kept on going, and yeah, we got a goal. And as Ollie was saying, yeah, and I was saying this to my pal, I was like, is this going to be a Xhaka moment where um, Havertz is just going to be the guy that's just like relied on, that's just going to stay on the pitch all the time? Is Arteta going to have that creative spark going into next season, or is he just going to just keep the same players and not make too many changes? Because I didn't see too much from Havertz, man. All right, he might be a physical threat, slight physical threat up front, but I didn't see much from him. And maybe it's a case of that he doesn't trust Nketiah enough. That's why he kept Havertz on the pitch for so long. I don't know, but yeah, we got the win in the end. And as always, the trolls are coming out and saying that we were celebrating a win, like it was like we won like the Premier League or something like that. Why don't people just shut up? Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because if it was City that won, no one would be making any noise. But when we win something, which may not be significant to them, but in terms of the mentalness, of beating City, we may not have beaten them in 90 minutes, but actually winning a game against City, that means a lot to us Arsenal fans. So those guys who are hating on us celebrating a little community shield, you can go wherever, mate.
Yeah, yeah. See. I like two of you stakes in it, but again, see this Kai Havertz thing. Yeah, that's of course we have to talk about it. Yeah, seeing Mikel Arteta shift because if it was before, yeah, Gabriel Jesus gets injured, right? Normally, by reset, by default settings, we'll be seeing Eddie Nketiah in there. Yeah. So for me, seeing Kai Havertz in there showed me that okay, this was the real reason why he brought Kai Havertz. We can see it. Yeah. Starting at the number 9 today. But again, see, I don't want to take away anything from this Manchester City team. Mind you, yeah, this is still the team to beat. This is still the European champions. This is still the team that did the three-peat. So you're not gonna expect anyone who's gonna play against this lot, yeah, to just walk into this team, cut deep into this team, destroy their defenders. See, these are champions of Europe. You can't just go in there and bamboozle them. So to see Kai Havertz, it's not like he was really dreadful in the game. He was still getting in and no. But to be sincere, he was still getting in and about some areas. I saw him cut up some goals.
You can only take it for so long,
running about,
which is what we're asking. You can only take it for so long, which is why we're asking why was it on the pitch for so long. We're not saying he didn't do some good things, but there's only so long you can have Kai Havertz on the pitch without it affecting the outcome of the game. Because we now have to start thinking in-game management, do something to affect the game in a positive way. Yeah, Trossard came on and look what he did. And I believe those two chances that Kai Havertz had, if Trossard was in those sides, if those came to Trossard, one of them's going in. And that would change the complexion of the game as well.
But again, are we taking away out of the goalkeeper for Manchester City? He's a well-respected goalkeeper. He's won trophies too. He's performed quite well in the FA Cup. They hardly scored a goal against him in the FA Cup. This is not a goofball. You're talking Ortega, here. Yeah, he's a Champions League winner, whether I like it or not, FA Cup winner, three-peat winner,
Yeah.
anything you want to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy has done it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not like this guy is is a goofball in the post. He's a legitimate good keeper. And see, yeah, I saw Kai Havertz get in and about that 18-yard box. It's something Gabriel Jesus doesn't do. At least he tried to get in on at the end of those balls.
Did you
He
just
flopped
say
his
Gabriel
back. I
Jesus doesn't
understand
get
it.
about in the box? I'm not good. I'm not going to let that
last
one
did you see
slide, bro.
Gabriel Jesus? No. When last did you see Gabriel Jesus in the 18-yard box?
Nah, but come on,
Like
dog.
doing anything in the 18-yard box? I've
I'll,
not seen him do
I'll let
anything in the 18-yard box.
I'll let Ban speak, but
What do you think about this, apps? Because I hardly see Gabriel Jesus in the 18-yard box.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
He's always linking up play. And for at least for a change, to see someone who is in the box getting in at the end of those, at the end of those loose balls or one or two balls in the 18-yard box, it's an impression. On a good day, maybe with another team, maybe like, let's say, a Luton, let's say maybe a Brentford or something, those goals might be going in. But what do you think? Of course, that's my own opinion, and I do respect Ola's opinion. So, Abs, what do you think?
No, I totally agree with you. This was this came up in a discussion a few weeks ago. And remember we played against MLS. Gabriel Jesus scored that lovely chips goal from outside the box. He's not. I don't know what's happened to this guy, man, because it's almost like he's not making them death runs into the box anymore. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Someone told me different, but I totally agree with you, Tony. So maybe it's a tactic. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the places, especially when it comes to the link up play and close control, a lot of his good work is in the box where I see it happen. Yeah, a lot of them start from outside the box, but a lot of the intricate passes that leads to Martinelli and Saka getting the chances that they get and occupying defenses as well is all in the box, with players not wanting to foul him because they know he's got the dribbling ability. We've seen razzle dazzle defenders in the box, and they're all worried about taking him down. So I've seen a lot of his good work of Gabriel Jesus in the box, albeit him staying fit. That's a whole different thing. But as far as his attributes and contributions on the pitch of late, last season and this season since we've had him, I've seen a lot of his good work and a lot of his lethal work. It's all been in the box. Quantifying it, maybe not as much because he's been injured for quite some time. But whenever I've seen him, he's always causing some kind of mayhem in the box. But I mean, we're seeing it differently, obviously, and we both respect each other's opinion. But it's just how I see Gabriel Jesus work and the way he just terrorizes and just gets at defenses. He's so direct, and he likes to take it in the box because he knows they can't take him down there.
Interesting. Abs, I'll go to you. Of course, but I'll answer this question after you. How do you see Arsenal's operation in that right-hand flank, in the flank by the right? Because that was where Arsenal seems to be getting more joys. Yeah, in the area where Akanji is, I did see Bukayo Saka get serious one-on-ones with Akanji, and Akanji was found wanting. At that right-hand side. And of course, Ben White. This is the reason why I'm saying that Jurien Timber might not, how do I put this now? Arsenal might not be looking at replacing Ben White with Jurien Timber at the right flank. Superb performance by Benjamin White today. What do you say about that right flank surge by Arsenal, taking advantage of that area today in the Charity Shield? Big ups to you, Ravi, and big ups to you, Fantasy Pavilion. Big ups to you, my guy. That's my brother. And Ravi, big ups to you, man. That's my guy. Yeah. Abs.
Yeah, we can't forget Ben White having a great season last season.
Oh,
Okay, he might have had the odd game where he struggled, but Ben White and Saka, they're a great combination together. And in terms of last season, it was Ake that was holding Saka down, wasn't it? So
yeah,
Akanji was a different type of challenge today, where I think
yeah,
Saka has been looking stronger this pre-season as well. He looks stronger. He looks more determined. He just looks. Saka just looks like a different player this season. I'm sorry, not this season, but this pre-season so far. So it's early days. I don't want to just it's one game, isn't it? You know, remember City in the league are they're going to be a different beast. And today they showed in periods of the game, yeah, that they can dominate us. And with the right, the right chances, they could have hurt us today. Yeah, let's not make no mistake. Yeah, City are very much a dangerous team. What I was impressed with
yeah.
is the way we handled Haaland today. Um, Saliba and Gabriel especially were brilliant
Silent
today.
the Viking King today.
Yeah, silenced him
Saliba.
today.
What a
Yeah,
performance. A
he
beast.
had no change. He had no change. There was one time where he brought the ball down, yeah, and he kind of turned. I thought, oh no, he's gonna score like,
Not
and then
again.
like, yeah, like one of the defenders got a tackle in, but you can't tell anything in this type of game, man, because City are gonna
Mm.
be on it next season. Look at Foden, that chance that he had where look at Ramsdale where he
Yeah,
made that save. So they've got that Palmer as well. He looks like a player as well. So
Oh
yeah,
God, please,
yeah.
Palmer.
That Palmer
We're
goal. We'll go
all.
to that. Ola is going to take us through that. But Ola, see, I want you to tell us about that right flank, yeah, because Arsenal were just
Mm,
pouring into that right flank. I've never seen Manchester City's right flank as porous as it was today. The
mm,
way Ben White was running circles across that area, unchecked, unmarked, it brought a kind of worry to me in a way. Not worried that maybe it's because it's Man City, but
mm,
a kind of like a certain awareness came to me because seeing Man City in that position, in that right hand side, there might be a problem this season. But I don't know. Netanyahu, I don't know about his fitness. But
mm.
what would you have to say about that right hand flank there with Bukayo Saka running circles all over Akanji and Ben White with those superb runs interchanging with Saka in that right wing?
I mean, if everybody saw Ben White's interview on ESPN, if you
Yeah,
haven't seen it, I implore you to go and see it. They gave a few of our players some interview on there. I did send Rhys Nelson's one to you as well. And he said about how selfless Saka is, and Saka makes him look so much better. And one thing he does want to improve this season is making those selfless runs. If it doesn't go to nothing, it'll at least take a defender or take focus away from Saka, and it
yeah.
allows Saka to do what Saka does even more. But today, what helped that right hand side even more was how good Partey was in between that
Oh,
right side there, and
guys,
and
online
Partey was
and
spooking,
brilliant.
it
spooking,
just it
guys.
just it just joins
Yeah,
everything together and just makes it look really
facts.
good over that side. There was a lot of
Mhm.
good stuff going on that side, and Partey is very very imperative to what we saw on that side of the pitch. I was very very impressed with Ben White. Um, a bit more composure from Saka, but again, like we keep saying, we're looking at this game in isolation of preseason with the preseason lens. I'm not going overboard with it, even though we like the win, and any team that wins it, will say is a good win for them. And
Yeah,
the team that loses it will say it doesn't fucking matter. So it don't matter which way you try and dice it. But this is an Arsenal show, and I have to look at it as such. Um, but
yeah.
yeah, Partey, Ben White, Saka, they were impressive today. They kept that side of the pitch very very occupied. It
Mhm.
was the game, like you said in the beginning, Abs. You know, a lot of unforced errors, but that's to be expected when you play in a team like Man City.
Man City, right?
And the one thing I did ask for, right, before I hand the mic over, the one thing I did ask for was discipline, focus, just making the game difficult for Manchester City, because these are the things that all these little teams in terms of Nottingham Forest, Brighton, even Villa, Brentford, they all do it to Man City and they're able to get results out of them. Why can't we do it? You know,
Yeah.
if we have to use those tactics, employ those tactics for that one game and be disciplined, soak up the pressure, make it ugly, fight in the pocket, and ultimately you get the result that you want. But it's got to be disciplined for 90 minutes, not 70 minutes, not 60 minutes, not 85 minutes, for the full 90.
Yeah. See, I totally agree with you on that there. I totally agree with you. See, yeah. Ola, I want to start with you, yeah, on this one. That
Okay.
Palmer goal, yeah. We just brought in Kieran Tierney, yeah, and then all hell just broke loose. What would you say? And that beautiful goal from Palmer. Oh my God, what do you have to say about that?
Santa Claus moments. Santa Claus moments.
Hmm.
I'm telling you right now,
Hmm.
we've now put Palmer on the fucking map. It's what we do. It's what we do. We
Hmm.
do it every player. We, do you remember that Southampton player, the right back? Is it Valerie that scored that mad goal against us?
Yeah,
Right? I
yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Soon after that, he got signed somewhere. Like, we always do this to players. We did it with Rooney when he broke through. We do it with everyone. We've now gone and done it with this lad. We did it with Rashford, Martial. Look at the list goes on. You
The
could be on a
list goes
drought.
on.
You could be on a drought. You could be an academy player that's trying to break through. You could be a team that needs 3 points. Whatever it is that you need, Arsenal is there to give it to you with ribbons, tied up ribbons. You know what I mean? Like, nice little package present. What a goal, by the way. What a
Oh
goal.
my God.
What a strike. You
Oh,
know,
jeez.
it just
That was
I
a
saw
sweet goal.
I saw on TV the other day. They're making an advert on TV with I don't think it's with Adidas. It was with some hair product, and I'm seeing Haaland taking his hair down in that game where he scored against us. And I said
Against
at the
us.
time
Yeah,
that
yeah.
watch what happens with they're good. This is gonna go against us. We're gonna see in adverts. That's what people are gonna use. We
Everywhere.
always let this
Everywhere.
happen. But look, it was a cracking goal. Can't take nothing away from the goal. It left Ramsdale stretching. Nothing Ramsdale could do about it. But we shouldn't be conceding goals like that.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
shouldn't, it
sure.
shouldn't even be taking shot like that. But look, Tierney just came on the pitch. It was less than a minute when he came on the pitch. I don't know if Timber would have allowed that shot or that cross to happen. But look, it was a beautiful strike. Great
Yeah.
goal. You
See, what do you
can't
have
say
to
nothing
say
about
about
it.
that, Bant? What do you have to say about that? That Palmer goal. What do you have to say? You've heard what Ola said.
Yeah. First of all, foremost, let me big up one of my good friends, man. Like, he's in the chat at the moment, Mr. Alan Miller. Known him for years. We used to play football together. So
Big
yeah,
up Alan
glad to
Miller.
see you, bro. Yeah, he's my bro, man. Anyway, you know, Palmer was a problem before the match. I was talking about him before the match. I was on Tony's earlier show as well, and I can't
Right.
remember the guy's name. Is it O'Donoghue or O'Donoghue or whatever his name is? I can't remember his name, but he was saying Palmer is going to be the guy today, and the guy can ball, man. And he's going to be a problem next season. He's definitely going to be a problem next season. And the way he took his goal, yeah, that was a world class finish, man. Ramsdale was nowhere to be seen for that goal.
Yeah.
And very nice finish, the way he just cut inside. I hate when these men like put their hand behind it. It just gets on my nerves. Gabriel always does that. Put my hands behind my back and all that. But obviously, if he puts his hands up, he might get fouled. Might give away a penalty. So yeah, it was a good finish, man. I'm not taking nothing away from that guy. That guy's a talent, and he might well be better than Foden next season. Who knows? So
Who knows? Who knows? Who
who
knows?
knows? Who knows? Who knows?
See ya. To the show. Arsenal since 1987. Big ups to you, my brother. You're welcome to the show. Alan Miller. Big ups to you. I know you're a friend of our big guy here, Abs. Remember to subscribe to the channel, Tony Clark Gunner TV. Of course, Abs is a big member of this channel, and also the Fight Week show. Go out there and subscribe to that channel. It's a fight channel, but still, Ola is also a legend in this football spaces. So you have to come around here and check us out and go down there and subscribe to that channel. See, Abs, I'll start with you on this one. Julian Timber, what a player! What a player! See, this guy stays here, yeah, playing like £105 million player. This is shocking the way this guy was playing, yeah. Apart from being a brick wall, yeah, apart from being a brick wall in that defense, the way he was moving, that guy was moving mad. It was helping our attack. He was moving the ball. And he always remembered that he had to come back to defend. The thing that Zichenko doesn't remember to do. See, I'm not throwing dirt on Zichenko's name. Guys, see, I raise my hands up. I'm not throwing dirt on Zichenko's name. But please, please, we have to talk about this. Or I'll talk about this immediately after you finish, Abs. What do you think, Julian Timber, in this matchup? Caused lots of problems for Manchester City. Do you see it in that way?
Yeah, I think Timber's got the potential to be a great player next season. It's still early days though. What I've seen of him has been very promising. But with everything, you have to give a player time. I don't, he's come from Ajax, as Alan said. He's a baller. He's from the hard school of Knox from Ajax. But one thing I don't like, what we fans tend to do is we tend to like big up our players, our new players straight away. Give them a little bit of time to settle in, because when the league starts and the games are coming thick and fast, yeah, then we're gonna see what Timber's all about. At the moment, yeah, as I said, he's looking great, but what's he gonna be like? Yeah, like an away game at Man United or Anfield. How's he gonna handle certain pressures then against certain wingers? Like who's the guy? Salah and certain players running at him. So yeah, I think he done all right today. I think he can improve, and I just want to give him time, and I don't want to just give him his flowers completely yet. I just want to just give him time and let him settle in, and just see him over the next 4 or 5 games and how he's progressing and stuff like that. So yeah, but I think he looks good. You can, you've got the eye test. Yeah, he does look like a player. So, and as you said, you've made a good point about Shevchenko. He makes that recovery much better than Shevchenko.
And fast.
Yeah, Zinchenko. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Ola, please come in there, because I know. See, when Julian Timber came in, me and you had personal conversations. Yeah, you told me that this guy might be the real deal. See, Ola, I believe in you. I believe that is the real deal. See, yeah, when this guy goes out, yeah, upstate to go help us in the attack, he remembers he has to come back to defend. Do you think that this guy is literally better than Zichenko in your eyes? And tell us about what you think about him in this matchup today.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, is already better than Zinchenko. Zinchenko did an interview with Rio Ferdinand and admitted that his weakness is defending.
He's defending.
So you can't then expect me to defend that if he's already saying his own weakness is defending.
His own weakness defending. He said it. He knew with his mouth
that what's the Liverpool young right back? What's his name?
Is it Trent?
Trent. He knew Trent was going to nutmeg him. He said How do you say Trent is gonna nutmeg you? Right?
I
These are the
didn't know I
things,
was feeling that.
right?
Oh
Like,
my
bro,
God!
like, come on,
Oh
you
my
can't
God!
come.
When I heard
Like, you
that,
might
man.
know these things, but you can't come out and say these things to fans that you already got detractors already.
Oh,
You know.
oh,
So I don't know
oh.
whether it was the best decision, and him and his team and his PR they got to look into making those type of statements. But look, all in all, right? We said about Zinchenko all of last season, and every time a play comes into that zone, Zinchenko's upfield. It's never in the
He's
frame.
upfield.
It's
He's
never
not
in
there.
the
He's not
picture.
in range.
It's not in range to come and at least defend what he's supposed to be defending. What we saw today and what we've seen through preseason when Timbers played for the team is, even though he does venture up there a little bit, it's always back to defend.
He's
You know
always
why?
back to help.
Because that's his primary job. You're a defender first. Then everything else is a bonus and a byproduct of being a good defender. Right?
Exactly.
So
Totally agree.
for me, that Timber showing all those today is man of the match performance for me, by the way. What I saw from Timber. And if this is what we've got to look forward to, and they say he can play across the back four, and he's playing out of position right now. This is what I'm hearing. They say he's playing out of position right now and he's playing like that. Please sign me up. Sign me up.
Sign you up.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Because I had a lot of Zinchenko pie. I was force fed. I was being force fed, and I don't have to watch Zinchenko. I don't have to yam Zinchenko pie no more, man. You know what I mean? Give me the Timber pie, yeah, and you know what I mean. Let's get the Timber party going on. And
yeah. See,
he's a good player.
He's a good player, right?
I've said it earlier on. He's come from the school of knocks, and he knows what it takes. He knows what it takes. That's the reason why Man United wanted him.
Good. See, Abs, very important question. What does this win today do for Arsenal? Does it help us mentally? Yeah, because see, we have been at the back end of embarrassing, demeaning, totally shameful and disgraceful beatings and maimings from Manchester City. Horrible ones. We've not beaten these guys in like about 16 games. I'm talking of league games. I'm not talking of when we last beat them in the FA Cup. In fact, that was the last time we actually beat this team. So it's a very, very horrible record. For us to win against these guys today, what does that do for us? Should Arsenal fans be excited about next season? Should we be shaking our bums right now, happy, having a jamboree for winning today? What does that do for us? Does it do anything for us? Abs, you take it from there. And Ola, please, you have to touch on this question because it's a very important one. Should Arsenal fans be carried away by this? Abs, you can start first.
Question is, should we be carried away from the win? I don't think so. Reason being is that this has no bearing on the league at all. It's nice to win a game against City, but this isn't really going to go down as something that everyone's going to remember once the season starts. In terms of twerking, well, I'm not twerking after this win, and I don't think anyone else is going to be twerking after this win. I will say something though. I will say something. What you just said though. Yeah. Anyone who beats Man City in a friendly game or whatever is going to be happy, man. Okay. Listen, if you saw who's their man of the match today? What's his name? Who's the guy? Who was the Man City's man of the match?
I think maybe
The
Kovacic.
young guy. No, the one who scored the goal. What's his name?
Palmer.
Palmer. Did you see
Palmer.
his interview? They interviewed him after the game, and you can tell he wasn't happy that they lost. You know, you can tell that he was disappointed that they lost. Now, any player, yeah, that steps onto that field in a competitive game, yeah,
Mm.
wants to beat Arsenal, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying, yeah? And for us to
Mm.
beat them on penalty, for us to score in the last minute, come
Mm.
on now. Anyone who scores in the last minute, yeah, to equalize and then go and win the game when you've literally like won the game, yeah. I don't care what game it is, whether it's on the in the playground, wherever it is, yeah, you're gonna feel something about that. You're gonna
Yeah,
feel
man.
something. Does it have a bearing on next week or 10 games into the season, 15 games in the season? No, it doesn't. But mentally, it shows that we are ready for the season. We have prepared and we are ready for this season. Yeah. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's go to Forest. Let Forest come to Arsenal next week, and let's do our thing. And let's just be humble. Everyone's got expectations of Arsenal, by the way. Yeah. But we have our own expectations, yeah.
Mm.
We're not the ones
Yeah.
saying we're gonna win the league, yeah. It's everyone else saying you better do this, you better do that. Why don't you concentrate on your own team? Concentrate on your own team instead of telling us what we need to do. Yeah. We do what we have to do and you do what you have to do.
Yeah, exactly. Ola, please, can you come in there? Yeah. What
Yeah,
what
man.
does this win? What does this win do for Arsenal?
Mm.
Do you think it has remarkable repercussions next season? Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
Will Man City look at us any different? Would they say, "Oh, okay, Arsenal just beat us in the Community Shield.
Mm.
Wow, okay. Uh, let's start thinking. Let the
Mhm.
mind game start.
Yeah.
Should Arsenal fans be excited? Like, just take us through what you think this game has done for us mentally."
Right. This game means absolutely nothing. Right.
Ooh,
It means
ooh,
nothing.
okay, okay.
Like I said, I've been looking at it from a friendly lens. That's all I'm looking at it as. Yeah, it's Abs touched on it earlier on. It's nice to beat Man City. It's always good. I got tired. I was saying it earlier on the live stream that yeah, even though the game means nothing, it doesn't mean that I want to lose to Man City because of how many
Mm,
times in a row that we've lost to Man City.
it's shameful.
I say if you take it to combat sport and you see Tyson Fury beating Chisora so many times, do you want to see it again? Would you
No,
pay
no,
to
no.
see
You
that
don't.
fight
You
again?
don't. You don't want to see it.
Right?
You don't want to
You
see
saw
it.
the Crawford Spence fight. Do you want to see the rematch on that fight?
No, I don't want to
I
see
think
it.
I think you've seen enough, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So my
yes.
point is, when you keep getting your ass whooped so many times,
Yeah.
you get tired of seeing it. I didn't
Mm,
want to see that again, and it was a welcomed result in terms of the overall result of getting a win over them. It was welcomed, and what that would do for Arsenal in terms of what does it do for the club going forward?
mm, mm.
Maybe a shift in mindset is what we might get
Okay.
out of this. Maybe
Okay.
momentum going into the next game is what we might
Mm,
get out of this. So these are intangible things to the eyes, but when we do have it, it might matter going
mm.
into the season, because just
Going
having
into the
that
season.
mindset shift will be very, very important for the next time we come against them or even teams as good as them, because we're playing in the Champions League now. We got to
Yeah.
start moving like big boys. We got to start rubbing
Exactly.
shoulders with this team. We
Mm,
might not win all the time.
mm,
They might get the better of us, but we still got to rub shoulders with these teams. And we got to do it in
mm.
the right way. So
I'm going to do it in the
I
right
think
way.
the two things I take away from it is definitely momentum and maybe a mindset shift.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. See, yeah. Me, I'm looking at it differently, guys. Yeah. Big ups to Alan Miller. He's been throwing this lovely comments out here. Yeah. Big ups to you. I'll be reading them soon. Lanre Adebambo. That's my that's my
Yeah,
brother,
my
man.
big up, Larry.
He said, yeah, fantastic show. Big ups, Lanre Adebambo, man.
Come on,
Let's
yeah.
see. He's a Chelsea fan anyway, but
Mm.
he's here to spy on us. See, yeah, this game, seriously, I was taking it serious. I was so serious with this game. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, Abs, you were here this morning when I had a preview show. This is war. I said it's war. And why I'm saying it is war is because Arsenal I've been at the back end of horrible defeats from Manchester City. 4-1, 5-2, 3-0, 4-1. These guys have completely demeaned us. They've washed us all over the floor, yeah? Totally disgraced us. Everywhere we go, we get beaten by these guys. So I wanted a change of attitude. I wanted to see a mentality of, hey, I'm a wounded lion. I'm coming out here to have a one-on-one scrap with these guys. That's what I wanted to see. And they did it. I'm sorry, they did it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying we should get carried away or we should get excited about the whole thing, but it's a start. It's a start. Yeah. It's a start. And by the time we start internalizing all these winnings, mentally, it does something for us. See, we just beat the Spanish champions in the preseason game. Take it or leave it, it's nothing, yeah. But again, that mentality of, you know what, yeah, we just did something against the Spanish champions, a defensively minded Spanish champions. Yeah, you don't score against Barcelona. They have a very good defensive record last season. We did one on them. We completely uprooted them, destroyed their defense. 5 goals at the back of their net. And this week, right now, in the first trophy of this season, maybe it's just a charity shield. I understand that. But at least we put up a fight with these guys that have been able to disgrace us over a lot of seasons. So this is a very, very positive outlook for me. I wonder, guys, it's not about this Mickey Mouse thing we just got today, yeah. It's about the mentality. Playing against champions, champions of Europe, champions of England, the FA Cup champions, and you're at least rubbing shoulders with them, just like I said, the rubbing of the shoulders is the thing I want. Yeah, I wanted to see a performance today, and I'm sorry they did give a good account of themselves, as they were not washed up and washed all over the floor and being beaten 4-2, and be out here cussing out the whole players because they would deserve it if that was what happened today. But of course, things turned around, and we just have to be happy for them, and they should carry that same mentality and that same form into the next season. I don't want when we go and face Nottingham Forest and then we're drawing with Nottingham Forest. No, we should go into that next match and completely destroy Nottingham Forest. See, Ola, I would bring you into this one, yeah, and it's about this striking problems that we have at Arsenal right now. Gabriel Jesus just got injured; he'll be out for 4 weeks. Yeah,
Yes.
in this game against Manchester City, clearly we're struggling in terms of getting goals. I'm serious. There was a big struggle today to get goals. Kai Havertz struggling to get goals. Even if I do respect Ortega as an elite goalkeeper, yeah, I'm not taking that away from that goalkeeper. But we still struggled at the back end of the 18-yard box today. Ola, what would you like to say about this striking problems we have right now? Do you want to see Trossard keep playing right now, or should we say no? Let's bring in Balogun. Or no, let's go right now. The transfer window is open right now. Should we go out there and go buy a striker? Or should we say, you know what? Instead of going and throwing a couple of millions outside, why don't we go for a Premier League proven striker in January and go and bring in Ivan Toney, who's just waiting out there to be taken in January? So these are things we have to put in our heads. But Ola, what's your own idea about the striker problems? What do you think about recruiting into the same position? Because we're clearly struggling.
Breaking news. This is not breaking news. We've needed a striker all of last season. This is not breaking news. We've been needing a striker. Even as good as Jesus has been, Nketiah came in to deputize for him, but you knew it was only going to be small sample size from Nketiah, because it's as much chances as it's had.
Yeah.
It's not really shown consistency with it. And when you want to challenge for titles and win titles and win trophies, not just titles, but win trophies in big competitions, when you go deep in those competitions, you need consistent striker. Every team needs that. Everybody needs that.
True.
And Tony's there and he's available. There's no reason not to try and tap into that option while he's there. The Folarin Balogun situation.
Folarin Balogun.
Me and you we've spoken about this off air, and I'm not really happy with how he's moving,
how he's treating, how he's being treated in this
but
team.
But at the same time, I feel like taking the approach of I don't care how he's moving, because I've said here so many times, I don't care what these players does. You know why? Because they just employees of the club. They're mercenaries.
They're mercenaries.
They're mercenaries.
Exactly.
All of them.
Exactly.
And we have to start looking at them like that. All these players are that's what they are. And we need a striker. We need to go in the market and try and bring someone in. 100%.
But Ola, who's your best bet? That's what I'm saying. Who's your best bet? We can't be going to the new season without a new striker. We can't be doing that. And again, if Gabriel Jesus is injured for 4 weeks, he won't be playing for 4 weeks, right? If he comes back, it doesn't mean he will be match fit, even in within those 4 weeks, because he just came back from that injury. Yeah. So even if he comes back, he needs another maybe 4 or 5 games to get into full match fitness. Yeah. So you're looking at our number 9, who's going to be out technically for about 8 weeks. And trust me, that's not a big position or a position of advantage to be in the new season, when you just go into try to gazon the league from 3-peat winners, Manchester City. It's not just possible, because they have Erling Haaland, who is down there to score 100 goals for them this season.
Wait, Alan Miller's right. Balogun's still our player, regardless of what he's doing, regardless of the shenanigans, right? He just signed a new deal and we'll put him out on loan. So he's still our player. I think, how long has he got left on his deal? 3 years?
3 years,
4 years?
man. That's big.
So regardless of what he wants contractually, by law, by his contract, it still belongs to us. And if we need the services, then it will have to put them down. But at the same time, contractually, Pepe is still our player. Do you see where I'm going? Do you see where I'm going with this? So just because he's still our player under contract doesn't mean nothing if the manager don't want to play him, or if he doesn't want to play for the club. Which, in a way, and from what we're reading, we're kind of seeing signs that maybe if he can't get the guarantees that he wants from the manager, which I don't expect the manager to give him, no manager should be able to give any player guarantees and say, you're gonna start 38 games for me. Like, no, if you do that, then you're asking for trouble, because it won't be long before there'll be mutiny. It won't be long before they're down tools, because they'll start knocking on your door saying, oh, you promised that guy game time. You said he was going to be number 1 in this position every time. Why not me? So you're bringing players that are going to down tools to your door.
But I saw something big today, yeah? Mikel Arteta really, really loves Eddie Nketiah, yeah? Eddie Nketiah is fit to play today. And we were seeing Kai Havertz start the game today. Did that come to you as a shock? Because it really got me shook today. Yeah, because we all know that Mikel Arteta really, really likes Eddie Nketiah. He was the one who gave him a 100K contract in a week. Yeah, he was the one who gave this guy a new contract. He was the one who gave this guy the legendary number 14 shirt, the shirt of my hero, Thierry Henry. Yeah, he gave it to him. But you know what? He didn't give him that start today that I thought he was going to give to him. Does that mean anything? Does that tell you that, Mikel Arteta has already gotten a shift ideologically from Eddie Nketiah to Kai Havertz?
Yeah, I think £65 million would do that. to to any manager. I know you just giving Nketiah a contract for 100 grand a week, but when you spend 65 million, you know, and you get put under certain kind of pressure. And the main solution to that situation that we were just talking about would have just been put Trossard there, because even if he played the Nketiah there, I would have still been cussing. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to. I would have still been cussing. So I would have liked to see Trossard there. And we said it about Trossard last season being the match player of the month and didn't get a start
And
in
didn't
the
get
whole
a
of
sniff.
April. And this is where, again, it's come and proved it today. It's come off the bench and it's put it in the back of the net against City. Arteta, I hope you've learned this in-game management thing, this man management thing.
Man
You got to start
Ellie Does
managing
Football
Trossard properly.
TV, big ups to you, my guy.
You
He
know?
says, big up, Tony, and big up, Ola. That's what Ellie Does Football TV, classy guy, yeah. Guys, go subscribe to Ellie Does Football TV, classy human being. Tony, big up to you. He says, big up, Tony Cloud and Ola. Hope the pair of you are all good. Coming in to hit the like button and support you, sir. Big ups to you, Ellie Does TV, and I always go there to support him. Very classy human being. Ola, you were saying something, and of course, Abs is back. So, of course, complete what you were saying.
For me, I just think with Eddie, it's easier to drop him because it doesn't maybe cost as much, and signing Kai Havertz for that kind of money will probably put pressure on Arteta to play him. But we know Trossard is probably the most technical gifted out of all of them. It's probably will give you the more consistent outcome in that position out of all of them. And Arteta, I need him to show us that he's learning from his mistakes from last season. And this Trossard situation is one of them. He needs to start playing this Bodamo. It's just as simple as that. He's got to start playing him more and trust him a little bit more, because he's matured. He knows what he's doing in front of goal. And like he did to Man City again today, and he's shown us time and time again, he's consistent with it. Give him game time.
Yeah, definitely. Ola, please get ready to talk to us about Reece Nelson. There was me and you were talking about backstage about Reece Nelson. You will have to get in, on that. Yeah, and mind you, he's injured, so of course we have to talk about that. He was just given a new contract. Why? Why is all this going on? But see, that'll be the next question to you. But see, Abs, coming to this, Abs, are you there with us?
I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Good. Abs, look into that our midfield play today. Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, their partnership. What do you have to say about that? Does Declan Rice look like £105 million player to you today? When we played against the MLS or whoever, has he shown you that tour de force? Has he shown you anything? To warrant that price tag. And today, how did you see his partnership with Thomas Partey?
Well, the simple question is no, he's not. I haven't seen no hundreds million price tag on him yet. If anyone's has 100 million price tag, that would be Partey, because Partey plays the game effortlessly. You know, a good player is when, a very good player is when they make the game look easy around them. And for me, Declan's got probably one of the best midfielders in the league, alongside Partey, because Partey will make the game easier for Declan Rice. Declan Rice won't have to do certain things because he has Partey partnering him. So Declan Rice just has to get on with what he needs to do. He needs to forget about the price tag, and he just needs to express himself and play. Today, I thought he was all right. I didn't think he was spectacular at all, but he's still finding his feet, I suppose. Remember, just because you're £100 million player doesn't mean that you're just gonna click into a team just like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
slot into
the
the
game's full of
team that
the
easily.
game's full of partnerships. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's
Mm,
like when you meet a girl. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? You've got to get to know her, and you know it takes time for you to understand each other, and you know it's the same thing
mm.
with like footballers. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Declan Rice, just because he's 100 million doesn't mean he's just gonna just have a partnership. Yes, 100 million for talent. Yeah, but it's going to take a few games for him to get his, that thing with
Yeah, yeah,
partners.
yeah.
But
That magic going on. Yeah.
that magic
Mm,
going on. But I think it's going to come. It's just going to take a bit of time. And you know, I think Declan Rice as well. I don't think he's 100%. I don't think he's fully match fit. At the moment, I don't think he is. He doesn't seem that way to me, anyway. You know,
mm.
tell me if you see something different. But I don't think he's 100%.
Okay, okay. Ola, do you have anything to add to this partnership between Rice and Thomas Partey? Did you see the change in dynamics today? Because Declan Rice was always drifting left to the left-hand side of the pitch.
Hmm.
Sometimes, when Thomas Partey sat in deep in the back to protect our back four. Thomas Partey did lots of running too in deep upstate, but do you really think Declan Rice is that £105 million to you? Did he
Um,
sign him?
it definitely didn't show that today. I rated him 6.5, 6.5 today. In his rating. Look, there's a reason why we all agreed earlier on why that right hand side with Ben White and Saka with Partey just making it look good. There's a reason why we saw that side flourish
Yeah.
down to the other side. Yeah, there's a couple of one twos that developed between Martinelli and Rice. But all in all, the player that really shone for me on that side was Timber, and that was because there was a lot of defensive duties that he had to deal with, and
Mm,
for Timber to be dealing with those defensive duties, it meant that there was some work that's not being done on that side properly. That's bypassing Rice for Timber to be
yeah.
defending in those areas. So I think he'll get better. I'm not judging him now. The same thing that I'm going to afford Rice and Havertz. I'm going to afford them the same time. I'm saying 10 games. I want to give them 10 games to really see what it is that they've been working on. If they're taking to the instructions, if they're working in singular units to accomplish one mission with the team. I want to see all that dynamics, but it takes time. And I understand football takes time, especially when you come from a different team that plays in a different way.
Mm,
Especially for Rice because of the team that's coming from in West Ham. With Timber, you could see because Ajax is a top team in their league where it's come from. So excellence is demanded all the time. But when you play for West Ham in the Premier League, where you
mm,
have to defend all the time, you find relegation all the time. Excellence might not just be at the forefront of your mind. Just doing
forward.
enough to just get through the game might be the
Mm,
instruction from the manager. But when you're at the top level and you're playing at a club like Arsenal Football Club, and in the direction that we're trying to go, we demand nothing more than excellence. We want to see excellence at all times, consistently. You know,
yeah.
and in time, I hope that's what we get from him. Look, not all £100 million players are gonna succeed, and I'm not
Mm.
wishing this one to flop. But at the same time, it's just the price tag on the player. The player himself has to show us what he's got.
What it's got, yeah. See, yeah. See, Ola, just before you come in about this Reece Nelson issue that we're going to talk about, yeah. Let's just talk about Ramsdale. Ramsdale was suspect, hella suspect today, guys. Abs, do you wanna chop on that one?
You know the thing
Ramsdale,
with
he was
Ramsdale.
suspect today.
The thing with Ramsdale, yeah, is that he can be amazing at times with his reflex and his shot stopping, but there's definitely a bozo gene in that guy, man. He's definitely got the bozo gene, and sometimes, yeah, I don't have that. When he first come to the club, you know, there were people doubting him and everything, and I was like, no, 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 this guy's gonna do all right for us. And he started off okay, but I think is it the goal? Is it our goalkeeper coach as well? Can we put some like responsibility onto our goalkeeper coach as well? Because the Ramsdale that I'm seeing, I don't know about him, man. I'm 50-50 with him at the moment. You know, I want to back my players, but people say Ramsey is a great keeper. A lot of people like to use this word "great" loosely, as if it's just like some loose word you can just give to every single player you see. Ramsdale's great, Havertz is great. No, they're not. Yeah, they have to prove that they're great. And
Thank you,
for
Abs.
me, yeah, Ramsdale's still on that journey for me. You know, he's still young as well. So he's gonna make mistakes. I think sometimes as well we're a bit harsh, we're a bit too harsh on players. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has got a lot of mistakes in him, and this is the reason why we're looking at David Raya as well, because
Oh,
Ramsey needs some pressure. He needs some pressure. He needs pressure. I don't care about
competition.
the
Allah have
yeah, he needs
been banging
competition.
about this
I don't want
thing.
to be yeah. I don't want to
Competition.
hear people I don't want to hear people saying, "Oh, do you know what? Yeah, you don't need another goalkeeper because Ramsdale." No, Ramsdale needs competition. Yeah, so he can play better. That's what we need.
True.
Yeah. So when he is shit, you drop him. You drop him,
Cocaine,
and you bring in
guys.
David
Abs
Raya.
is cocaine.
Simple as
Mm.
that.
See, Ola, do you share that same idea with Abs? Yeah, because see, there were some nervy moments with Aaron Ramsdale today. Very very nervy moments. See, I'm not taking away from his penalty save today. That's back to back penalty saves. Yeah, I clap for him for that one. But you know what? In the game today, first 90 minutes, yeah, hella suspect. What do you think? Do you think we should still buy Raya right now?
Of course,
Hmm.
we still buy Raya. I've been going on about the Ramsdale thing
Yeah.
all of last season. I've been going on about it, and it's not just because Ramsdale is not a good keeper. It's just because good keepers become complacent if they become complacent. There's no repercussions to it. Turner is not enough. It's not enough of a repercussion for Ramsdale, and Ramsdale knows it. He
Hmm.
knows it.
He
It's
knows
not
it.
stupid, right? And all of a sudden, we start looking at Raya, and this man starts saving two penalties in a row. Imagine
Hmm.
what will happen when Raya turns up. It
Oh
keeps
my
you on
God.
your toes. It keeps you on your
Toes.
toes because it
Hmm.
knows if you don't perform and Raya gets in your place,
Oh
you're not
my
just going to
God.
displace him. It's not just a keeper that's just going to go away without a fight. And that's
Exactly.
what
You
that's
can
what
scrap.
Ramsdale's got on his hands right now.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, so in my opinion, I think is a good signing. I think what we see from Ramsdale in some of the game, in portions of the game today, in phases of the game, is what we've always seen, and that's the same reason. And I know you said, should we not blame the goalkeeper coach as well? Maybe it's the goalkeeper coach that's advised Arteta to go and get Raya because he feels Ramsdale is not really pulling the weight, or not being
Exactly.
consistent enough, or being complacent.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
I don't think Arteta would have made that kind of judgment without really speaking to the goalkeeping coach. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And
they
that's true.
work as a
Ola,
team.
you wanted to touch on Rhys Nelson.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll soon be finishing the show, but you wanted to touch on Rhys Nelson. Please, can you touch on that for us?
Rhys Nelson, you know, it was in that interview that I sent you earlier on, and
Yeah.
he made a comment on there, and this comment I wanted to make it relevant to, the shenanigans that we've seen with Balogun literally
Yeah.
doing what Mudryk did.
Oof.
wearing Inter Milan shirt, watching Inter Milan game,
Yeah.
And just posting it out there in the middle of all this transfer dealings that we got going on.
Disgraceful.
When we're trying to get the most and the maximum from
From Inter Milan,
from
yeah,
the clubs that want our players,
that wanna buy him.
So at the end of the day, if he's doing that, he's giving us less leverage to get the most that we can get from the deal, because he's seen what other clubs did to us. They trying to get Declan Rice. They made us pay the maximum, right? Imagine Declan Rice wearing the Arsenal shirt and watching Arsenal games while West Ham was in the middle of that deal. How do you think West Ham and their fans would have taken that? And this is a player that obviously is come through the ranks. So we've heard Rhys Nelson in the interview today saying, when you play for a club like Arsenal, you should see it as a privilege. It should be a privilege to wear an Arsenal shirt, to grow up in an institution like the Arsenal, to come through our ranks. And this type of behavior, and I've said it before, I don't care whether is a young boy and come through the ranks, and he's, in my eyes, I think he's been advised poorly. Maybe his agent is making him do something like this, and I think is poor advice from his agent for that sort of behavior, especially for the things that Arsenal is done for him up, for his career up until this point. If you're gonna go, we're not saying don't go. We're not saying we're not gonna sell you, but at least let us get our value, the value that the clubs put into you. Let's try and attain as much as we can out of that deal, and then you can get a blessing and go on your way. Every player on that contract has a price. I've said this time and time again. No sentiments from our side of the point, but act accordingly and act classy as well. While the negotiations are, that's all I ask for. That's all I'm asking.
True. But Abs, you have to agree with this, yeah? We cannot be trying to sell Balogun to suit outside, yeah? And he's out there wearing an Inter Milan shirt. It's, bro, man, what is going on with these guys? No class, nothing? What do you think? Because I clearly agree with Ola. I clearly agree with him. Do you agree with him? It's
All I said
privilege
is
to play for Arsenal,
100%.
to don that
Yeah,
shirt.
100%. 100%. 100%. I don't even really need to say too much, because Ola said everything that needed to be said. When you play for Arsenal, man, you have to realize, that you're playing for one of the biggest teams in the world now. People can talk about trophies and everything, but everywhere you go in the world, everyone knows Arsenal. Most countries know Arsenal, So when you do things like that, what kind of like legacy are you leaving? You played since you was a youngster for Arsenal, and now just because you want to get a move now, because when you break bridges, it doesn't. When you break bridges with the team that, do you know what I'm saying, you once fell in love with, I've seen many a player leave Arsenal and not go on to have great careers, man. Obviously, there has been some that's gone and won titles and everything,
Yeah.
but there's been a lot of players that, through greed and through impatience, have gone on and not been very successful. And what's the saying? The grass isn't always greener on the other side. So
100%.
it isn't always greener on the other side. So it
Exactly.
is what it
But
is.
again, this Saudi Arabia thing, has already exposed this Premiership players to be greedy people, to be people that have love,
Mercenaries, man.
love for money, at the forefront of their hearts. Yeah, all these guys, they all love money. There's no loyalty again.
Let me ask
And
you
I
both a
think
question though.
this is
Let me ask you.
football.
But hold on. We're saying it's greed, but if I beat my body up, just to be in the Premier League, when I know that if I have the chance to go somewhere for a couple of seasons, money, life changing money, that's going to set generations of my family, yeah, What I'm asking you the question. What would you do, Tony? And what would you do, Ola?
I've said it. Mercenaries. These guys are employees of the club. They're professional athletes, and this is what they do. This is not just down to one guy. I'm not applying it to following. This is all of these guys. I said this about Saka.
The mercenaries guy.
I've been saying it. If the right money and the right deal comes for Saka, you best believe he'll take the deal and he'll be gone.
He'll take the deal.
We're just fans. And because we're fans, we're stuck with the club. But these guys are employees of the club. And I get it. But there's also, being an employee of a club, there's also a certain respect that you show to a club that's giving you everything up until now. I mean, if he's just another player, say like a Lukaku, we bring in a Lukaku couple seasons and he starts doing this to get a move. I get it. But a player that we've brought up, I expect a little certain decorum about how you ask about getting a move, you know, and that's my only thing with Folarin. I understand. Look, every player that he wants his move, yeah, you get your move, but like just act accordingly. That's my only gripe about the whole thing, especially when you're supposed to be playing for a club like Arsenal that's giving you the privilege of wearing the shirt and giving you contracts and getting your career up onto the point that they've gotten it up to, you will get your move. But don't be twerking in no Inter shirt, man. Like, come on.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Player ratings before we go. The first player, Ramsdale, it goes to your apps. Player rating over 10.
Oh God, it's very difficult. I'm gonna give him a 6.
Yeah, I did go with 6.5 earlier. Can we do 0.5s or?
Yeah, we can do 0.5. Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll give him 6.5 earlier. I'll stick with that.
I'll give Ramsdale 5.5, man. I'm sorry, man. There were so many close calls in that game. Yeah, of course he did pull up some good saves, but man, he used to drive the ball forward before. He used to galvanize our defense. He used to arrange our defense. He used to play from the back. His distribution was top notch. What happened to that? Yeah, and it's killing the team. It's killing the defense. You know, I don't like it.
It's still there. It's just complacency.
Really
it's still there.
Huh?
It's still there. It's just complacency. That's all it is.
It's complacency, right? I think so. I think so because he used to kick the ball about. He used to distribute the ball. His crossfield
You have to give him tone.
They were top notch.
You have to give him something for that save, man.
I'm not
that
saying
save against that save against Foden. You know what I mean? Like
that
was top notch anyway. That was top notch.
That was
game over.
But again, it's a bit inconsistent, right? It's a bit inconsistent. You have to agree that it's a bit inconsistent. Yeah, the gaff at Sporting Lisbon, the gaff at Southampton, the gaff at Liverpool. See, all these games, if you put them together, man, some of them cost us the league last season. So, and a cup game last season. So let's don't pretend as if everything is all good, rosy, and greeny with him. So this Raya has to come in and put up a shift and let's give him a big competition and see if he will be on his toes. That's all I have to say about 5.5. Ola Gabriel Magalhaes.
7.
7. Okay. Abs Gabriel Magalhaes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 7 as well.
7 too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give him a 7. He was that good today. William Saliba, Rolls Royce. Keeping the Viking legend quiet today, yeah. The recoveries, the blocks, everything. What would you say about that, Abs?
Yeah.
William Saliba and his points today.
I'm gonna give him 8.
8, yeah.
I'm giving him 8.
Ola, what will you give to William Saliba? Rolls Royce.
I agree with Abs. Yeah, definitely 8. He forced Pep to take Haaland off. Yeah. You got to give him that. So yeah, definitely 8.
Definitely 8. Ola, you see, you have to have this one. Julian Timber.
Yeah, man. My man
Julian
of the match.
Timber. What a
I'm giving him a
player.
9. I'm giving him
A
a 9.
9. What a player.
Yeah, man.
What a player.
He did everything, covered every blade on the pitch, always in
Mm,
defensive areas when you need to see him there, and is
exactly.
actually putting in blocks and setting up play to set up an attack. He did everything today. Fantastic performance from him.
Guys, see, Ola and Abs, I want to remind you of something. When Kivior last season, you remember when Kivior lost his boots? Do you remember
Mm.
what he did?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah, 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 yeah,
tightening.
yeah.
He was tightening his boots in the
Why
game, in the
we
midst of
consider
the
the game?
attack. Did you guys see the difference with Julian Timber today?
Yeah,
His shoes were
yes,
thrown away. Yeah.
yeah,
Do you know
Go
what he
finish
kept
his
doing?
job
He kept playing. He left the
yeah.
boots there. He kept playing without the boots. Or like that, you see the difference in mentality. You see the
mentality, man.
difference in IQ. How someone wants to die for the club rather than you know to allow other teams come and get by and score. That's the
Mm,
mentality I want to see. Give your all for this team. Yeah, he lost
mm,
his boot. He waited. He waited. He was playing. He didn't go to touch that boot. They had to throw the ball out. If you remember, guys, they had to
mm.
throw that ball out before he could go back there to get the boots. Now that's a player, and I agree with Ola 9. Abs, what will you say about Julian Timber?
Yeah,
Excellent,
nine,
excellent play today.
nine, nine. No more, no explanation. 9.
Hmm,
Same as what you guys said. Very good, brilliant.
hmm, hmm. Okay, what about Ben White, Abs?
Ooh. 7.5.
7.5. Ola, are you going with Ben White?
Ben White 7 for me. I thought it was excellent as well.
It's
Mm.
excellent.
It was really really good,
Mm,
and a lot of what he did was positive
yeah.
for the play on that side of the pitch. So yeah, very good from Ben
Mm.
White.
Ola, why do I suspect that this one will be a mixed one from you? Martin Odegaard.
Actually, I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a
A
7.
7.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
give him a 7.
that's interesting.
Um, I think there's sometimes when you're trying to control the game, but controlling the game against a team like Manchester City, it's like wrangling a fucking crocodile,
Yeah.
like that brother Irwin from Australia with no nothing, just trying to wrangle it, and that's what I'm trying to deal with Man City and controlling the game against
Mm,
Man City is like. So uh, even though we made it look awkward, we made it look ugly, we made it look, it was stuck in a lot of the challenges that was
a
going on
lot
in
of
the middle of the
yeah.
park. So yeah, I've got to give him that. I'm going to give him a 7.
Okay. How about you, Abs? Because I know you've talked to me about Martin Odegaard. You've not really been sold with the whole thing, but what's up with the ratings today, Martin Odegaard?
Yeah, I thought he was industrious. I thought he done okay today. Sometimes it's difficult for Odegaard as well, yeah, because he's not a physical player. So
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna get kicked everywhere because he's quite a skillful player, isn't he? And
Mm,
he's very creative as well. So I thought he done alright, but anyone's gonna struggle. Do you know what I mean? Especially when we're not playing that type of game, yeah. Odegaard's going to find it very difficult. And when you've got players like Havertz in front of you that's not
yeah.
really offering too much, then it doesn't really reflect on you how well you've done it and
Yeah.
how well you've played. So I think I'm going to go with a 7 as well in terms of his game
Mm,
today.
Evening to Mama Flossie. Mama Flossie in the house. A trophy in the bag. Mentality is up. We can go face Man City next season, Mama Flossie. Mama Flossie, we love you. Thomas Partey, apt.
Ah man, do you know what?
Class player, man,
I
in the
love I
middle.
love Partey. I love Partey, man. I'm going to give
Of
him a 9 though because that guy, man, he's just He's a Rolls Royce on the pitch as well. I
Monty.
said there's a spine in our team, yeah, and it starts from Saliba,
Mm.
Party, and then I don't know who's. It would have been Gabriel, but definitely
Mm.
Party is part of that spine, and without him, I'm afraid we're a completely different team in terms of like control and everything. So yeah, I'll give him a 9 as well. I thought he was brilliant
A
today.
9, right? It's incredible.
Yeah,
It's incredible that people wanted this guy to leave this season. I'm in shock that people actually wanted this guy to
disgrace.
leave.
Mm.
This is bonkers.
It's crazy.
Ola,
It's
what,
crazy.
what would you say?
Yeah, it's crazy. I couldn't agree more with everything Abs has said. Um, if when Timber doing what he did today, I'd be
Yeah.
giving Partey the man of the match. It was that good in a lot of the plays. And again, just like Odegaard, just controlling the midfield against a team like City that like to do what they do with somebody like Rodri there that's so imposing, so powerful, and knows what he's
Mm,
doing with when he's doing his niggling tackles and
mm,
serial offender as well for fouls. Don't get it mistaken. So they had to battle someone like Rodri in there today to get the
mm.
result that we got, and Partey did incredibly well. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with that and go with the 9.
A 9 for Thomas Partey. No argument. Big ups to the Bouncing Off the Ropes podcast. Big up, lads. It's Monty. Monty is a Manchester United fan. He used to have lots of channels around, and man, we've missed you on this space, man. It would be nice for you to have a comeback. Big ups to you. Kyan says 1 trophy up, 3 to go. See, Declan Rice, guys. Abs, what do you have to say, Declan Rice? What points would you give him?
Declan's gonna get a 6 for me. I'm expecting a bit
6.
more from Declan. Yeah,
Hmm.
he done all right in periods of the game, but yeah, I'm expecting a little bit more from him.
A
So
little
yeah,
bit
I'm just gonna
more,
go for a
right?
6.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just
105
gonna give
million.
him
You
a
have to
6 for
be
now.
bossing games. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6.
6,
But that's
right?
gonna
Hmm.
change. Yeah, I hope that's gonna start changing as the league goes, as the
Yeah,
teams start coming. Yeah.
yeah. Ola, where do you stand there, man?
I agree with Abs. He was just above average, if not average. And
Man, this
you know,
scoring is rude, man. It's
yeah,
rude.
it's just above average. And if you went for, I mean, people that know about the late Kevin Samuels, shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. I'm gonna give Rice an adjustable 6. That means it could turn to a 5 or it could go to a 7, depending on what he's looking like. But he's gonna get adjustable 6. Adjustable 6 is when you have the whole makeup on and you look good. But
Exactly.
once you take off the
Exactly.
makeup, yeah, man, you go back to 5 or just below
Exactly.
average. You know what I mean? Kevin Samuels, man, shout out to that brother, RIP. Yeah, man, adjustable
Eh,
6, man.
yeah, exactly. See, Abs, Abs, Bukayo, Saka.
Saka was good today as well. I'm gonna give him a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because when Saka is brilliant, he's an 8-9 every
Hmm.
day of the week. But I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I'm
You're
giving him a
7.
7.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was good. I thought he was good, but
It was just okay,
I
but
know
it didn't,
Saka can go
have
levels.
that
Saka can
impact in the
go.
game that much.
Yeah, he can go beyond levels, and I don't think he was able to get off enough shots as well in the
Hmm.
game. And yeah, I'll just give him a 7 or 7.5 or an adjustable 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Ola, do you support that? Because even you've been banging on this issue. Saka needs competition. Saka
Yep,
needs competition.
I've been
This
saying it.
season, he's not going to get that competition again. So, and these are the reasons why we need competition for places in the team. And I'm
Mm.
sorry, Bukayo Saka doesn't have competition in that team. He can afford to play 90 minutes. He can afford to be misused in that flanked area with no viable person to fight for his position. or to keep him on his toes, and this is a big problem
That's
in
why
games
we
like
needed to
this.
sell Reese. That's
Exactly,
why we needed to sell Reese, because
exactly.
Reese is
In
no way
games
going to
like
turn
this,
Saka.
exactly. In games like this, you need someone to come in and tweak the game a little bit. So, what do you think, Ola?
Um, I mean, I agree with Abs. I'm going to give Saka 7. He didn't really,
Saka 7.
he didn't really blow the roof off. We know the
Mm,
quality that he has, and
yeah,
uh, just because he has those qualities
yeah,
doesn't exempt him from criticism. Is what I want people to know, and it's not just blind criticism, because I don't want to just criticize Saka just for the hell of it, because I like the guy and I like
yeah,
how he plays football. I like his approach to football, but
mm,
constructive criticism as a fan that pay your money to go and watch the game, or you
yeah,
subscribe to whatever it is that you platform that you watch the game on, you should be
yeah,
able to have your say on how you see certain players. And sometimes I think Saka drops the ball quite a few times, and the manager sticks with it as well, doesn't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
change it. And
Hmm.
these are things that we need to see improve
Yeah,
going into the season. But yeah, 7 for what Saka did today.
yeah. After
Couldn't.
all, he's the star boy, isn't it? Uh, Ola, what about Kai Havertz? Oh my God, here we go again.
Kai
Ola
Havertz,
hasn't bought into the school of hard knocks, the school of Havertz. He hasn't bought into that yet. But
Kai
what would
Havertz
you
gets
say,
a
Ola?
Kai Havertz gets a 4. I'm being
A
generous.
4.
He gets a 4 from me. I'm being seriously generous here. Um,
Wow.
it did nothing for me today, man. In fact, it stayed too long on the pitch. Maybe I should drop it to a free. You know what I mean? Maybe I should drop it to a free. It stayed too long, man. It stayed too long on the pitch, man. But yeah, a 4. I'll stick with a 4. It just look, if he played maybe deeper in the midfield role and then was arriving in some of the preseason games that we saw, I might have a different take to it. But as a striker, and he knows, he's come out and said it himself. This ain't my shit. I don't do this. I'm not a
Mm,
striker. You know, he
mm,
said it. Why
mm.
are we playing him there? We had Trossard. Like, Ateta, please. Just sometimes listen to
Ola
the
is
players
begging
too.
Ateta, man.
I'm begging. Like,
You can't
please,
make this up, man.
please, man.
Abs, it will be very, very interesting to hear what you say about Kai Havertz. What's the point you're giving him?
I didn't see nothing from Kai today, man. So
Big up to Amy Baba. Big up, man, guy. Amy Baba in there. Oh, Guna in the house. Yeah, Abs. What would you say
yeah, I
about
didn't
Havertz?
see I didn't see nothing from Kai Havertz today.
Okay,
So I'm
fair
gonna give
enough.
him a 4. I'm gonna give him a 4, and that's about it. There's nothing really more. And if I don't see this guy improve, yeah, then he's gonna be getting some serious criticism from me, man, because uh, I
Rightfully
don't even want to
so.
talk about this guy, man. It's depressing, man.
Yeah,
And
good.
move on.
But
Who's the
what's
next
the
player?
point
Move
you
on to
give
the
him
next player.
today?
4.
4. Good, fair
4.
enough. I'll give him 5 because I did see him, move about, as in just
You want to
roll
see.
around that 18-yard box. He did
You
that.
saw
But
movement, yeah.
hey,
You saw movement,
poor
yeah.
finisher. I get that. Poor finisher.
Was he
I get that.
dancing?
But
Was he
I'll just give
twerking?
him a 5. Ola is laughing. Ola is like, Ola knows I like the guy.
He was
Ola knows I like the
twerking,
guy, but still, no props, man.
That was wishful thinking, man. You.
twerking in the box, yeah.
But he will
Twerking
come
in the box.
good. He will come good. Ola, see, this is the thing. He will
Yeah,
come
but
good.
until it comes good,
I don't
man.
want to put you
Wait
in the
to wait.
position where you have to eat your words when this guy starts scoring goals.
No, no,
We
no,
have
no.
to be very
Wait.
careful with this.
I'm a very,
Well,
very individual game type of guy. If he fucks
Okay.
up here, I'm rating him on this game. When he
On this
scores
game.
goal, I will rate him there. Until
Good.
then, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be one of these guys that, oh, yeah, just because he didn't score here and he scored there, I'm not just going to give him his merits. When in games where he does well, he will get his merits. It's just,
I hope next week is where he starts to, where he scores a goal, because
it's where we all want to see it, you know?
It's a
True.
good opportunity
I
for him to
agree.
start
I
scoring.
agree. Gabriel Martinelli. You get that question, Abs,
Oh, I love Martinelli, man.
today.
He didn't
I can
really
see Ola shaking his head,
influence the
so
game.
there's a problem.
He didn't really influence the game today. I don't think too much.
Ooh,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, true.
he kept,
I
you
get
know,
that.
when he got the ball, you know, he kept like coming back, and sometimes it's gonna be like that for Martinelli, isn't it? You know, he's not gonna be
Mm,
like brilliant every single game. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5. It's only because I'm only giving him the 0.5 because I love him. So
yeah.
6.5, but he wasn't great today.
It wasn't great today. Yeah,
Nah,
I
he
totally
wasn't.
agree.
He,
I
he just
totally agree.
didn't do much.
Ola, what would you say?
Yeah, Martinelli. I love this guy. I love him to pieces. But he gets a 5 from me today. It was average today.
Ooh, a
Very
five.
average.
Mm.
Very, very
Okay.
average. Did nothing on that side.
Who was
Again,
he
one of
against,
the
though, Ollie? Who was he? He was up against Walker, though, wasn't he?
yeah.
Come on,
Mm,
man. Come
I
on,
still
man. Walker's a top defender, man.
but yeah, I know. And again, we're the fans, they're the players. And if we don't demand
yeah.
if we don't demand excellence at all times, then when are we supposed to do it? Because when it goes to
Mm.
play against a Bayern Munich player in Champions League or Barcelona left winger in Champions League, we're not gonna we can't be giving those graces.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to bring your A game. And this was a good test to show that today against a brilliant fullback in Kyle Walker, and
Mm,
it came off second best, if you like, in some of those exchanges. And
yeah.
again, Partey was like a gladiator today, being on the back post, challenging and helping out to the point where he's getting head concussion, and getting his head all bandaged up
Oh,
with Kyle
banded
Walker. You know what I mean? So this is how excellent Partey was today. And yeah,
today.
and with Martinelli, always head down. We've been saying it
Mm,
all of the time. Pick your
all of
head
the
up, bro.
time.
Pick your head
Yeah.
up, and you'll find
Mm,
players. Just
mm.
pick your head up. Every fan can see it. If he solves that problem, Martinelli becomes a whole new problem
I
for
think
all
this
the
No,
is an
managers in
Arteta.
this league.
This is an
yeah.
Arteta coaching thing, though, isn't it?
Mm.
What's
I don't know
Arteta
what he's
telling him?
doing, but he got to change that side of his game,
He
and that's
has to
what
change it. He
he has
has
to
to
change that
change
side of
it.
the game. I love
He
Martinelli
has
to
to
bits,
change it.
love him, but that side
I
of
agree.
his game has to change.
I agree. See, Ola, you take this one. Trossard.
Yeah, trust that for me gets an 8.
He
It's
gets
cause the
an A.
goal
Mm,
that gets us back in the game. Yeah, he gets an 8 from me. He didn't get to play a whole lot, but to
a
come in
whole
and
lot.
still be able to give that kind of impact is the only
Mm,
reason I'm giving him an 8. And I
mm,
wanted him to start as well, so it's good to see him come in and still show Arteta why he should be picking him to start games over leaving him on the bench, where sometimes the game might be too far away from us to try and draw back. So I want to see more Trossard, and hopefully
okay.
we get that next week.
Okay. Abs, what do you think? Trossard.
Yeah,
The
Trossard is
point.
my another one of my guys as well.
Mm,
Yeah, I would give him an 8, but because he didn't play the whole game, I'm gonna give him a I'm gonna give him a 7. Even though
a seven.
he came and
Okay,
scored a
good.
goal, but he didn't
Okay,
play the
good.
whole game, so I can't give a guy like
Yeah,
all a rating
exactly.
unless he scored a hat trick in the game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he was the one that took the shot and got. If you don't shoot,
If you don't shoot,
you don't score in it.
there's
And
no goal, man. There's no goal. Ola, a
he
quick
done
one
what he had
because
to
we
do.
have to go. Kitty and Tierney.
5. No. Kieran Tierney.
Five.
No. I forgot it was him. It was
You
the reason
forgot.
why I considered the goal. Kieran Tierney gets a 4. Kieran Tierney gets a 4.
He gets a 4. Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, he was disappointing.
that's it.
4 as well. I'm
I
giving him
agree.
4 as well. He
How
wasn't
about you,
great today.
Abs? Kitty and Tierney.
4 as well. Yeah, he wasn't
4.
great
A
today. He weren't
4.
great today. Yeah,
Okay,
he was all
I'll
over
give
the
him
place today.
3.5. Awful. Very awful today, man. Awful. He's better than that, man. And we've been giving Mikel Arteta the stick for not bringing this guy in, and he gives you a chance, and this is what you go to do, man. Come on, man. No. He's better than that because I know he's a more better player than that. That the way he allowed Palmer just use him up in that, it spells everything. I hate about the Arsenal team, and just allowing Palmer disgrace you like that, man. It's shocking, man. So I give him a 3.5. See, uh, Fabio Vieira, the last one of our stuff today. Fabio Vieira, abs.
You know, Fabio Vieira is one of them players. Yeah, you either notice it or you don't. But he scored a beautiful penalty today. You know that penalty, yeah, that last penalty, yeah, to win the game. So I'm gonna give him. Was he sub today? Did he play? He didn't play the whole game.
Yeah, he didn't play long. He just came off as a sub, and
just came off as a sub, and that's back-to-back penalty slot in now. Back to back.
I'm gonna give him I'll give him a 6.5.
A 6, right?
6.5.
Ola, how about you?
I'll give Vieira a 5.5 based on that very good penalty, but because he just came off as a sub, didn't play a lot on the pitch.
Good.
I'll give him a 5.5.
Who's the man of the match for Arsenal? Both of you.
Timber for me.
Timber for you. Abs. Timber too. See,
Timber!
Guys, it has to be Timber. It has to be Timber. The assembled say something. Amy, I think it will be a mental boost for City if they're going to be unbeaten in the league. It could be this season. Guardiola will use this defeat to his advantage. Ola, what do you say about this?
If anybody remembers last season, Liverpool beat Man City for the Community Shield, and they went on to win the treble. So who's to say? who's to say they would do a madness this season? You know, Liverpool did beat them. Liverpool beat them in Community Shield last season. Oh, you didn't see that one coming, did you?
I didn't see that one coming. See, we've come to the end of the show, man. What a show! What a show! 1 hour, 40 minutes of pure bliss with these brothers of mine, yeah. Big ups to them. BX Gunner, you just came in very, very late, but see, we're buzzing. We won the Charity Shield today. Nicked won against Man City. We're happy, not overly excited, but it's a mental boost. That's what both of them have said. It's a mental boost going into the season. It's not something we should be having a street jamboree, something we should be having a street party about, but it's something that at least we should take into next season to galvanize us in terms of the mentality this win gives us. So we should take it with a pinch of salt, but yet work on several lapses we saw today. Abs, shout out your channel, man.
Football Bounce with a Z channel. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I'm there.
And of course, Abs, you have to subscribe to Ola's channel, The Fight Week Show, because
I think I'm subscribed to him anyway.
Man.
Okay, please try and check, because Ola is a fight guy, yeah. Ola is a fight guy. You know that guy. Ola might give you a choke hold. Don't look at him like that, man. He can put you on a choke hold. This brother don't play.
My boys were actually going to MMA gym just now.
Your boys that was bigging up Tony when the show started.
They was going to MMA gym. So
man.
We know about all of that, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Ola, please shout out your channel for us, man.
Yeah, man. People come and check us up on the Fight Week Show, the Fight Week Show on YouTube, the Fight Week Show official TFWS on Instagram. Come check us out on there. We're doing great things, interviewing fighters from the UFC, from Bellator, from PFL, Cage Warriors, you name it, Battle Arena. It don't matter how the promotion goes or how big they are. Right now, we're in current talks with Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the female champion, former female champion of the strawweight in the UFC. So come check us out. We're doing some good things over there, man. And we're gonna keep bringing content on there. Come show us some love. Salute.
Yeah. Guys, please go to Football Band's channel. Yeah, go support that guy. Yeah, support Ola who is here too. Support that guy too. Yeah, on the Fight Week show and on the Football Bands channel on YouTube. Yeah, great guys. Talk football, both of them. Of course, Ola does more of the fight game, UFC. Go check his stuff out. So I have my second episode show with Oregon Guna is coming down here. Me and him are gonna chop it up tomorrow in the evening tomorrow. So come be with me and the Oregon Guna Dow. We're gonna talk about this win today and what it does for our mentality going into the season. So come join me and Dal on the Dal and Cloud show tomorrow evening. And of course, next week, me and Abs will be coming back for the Arsenal Crash Talk next week, episode 2. Me and Ola will be on episode 3 of the Prem Talk next week. So come
Yeah,
join
man.
us and subscribe to both channels, yeah? And from me and everyone down here, have a lovely week, and we are out. Big ups.
Salute.
Salute.